Greetings and salutations. My name is Parrish Murphy, and welcome to 30 Minutes. This is our first show, and just to give you a brief synopsis of what you can expect, we're going to entertain, we're going to inform on the great things that are happening in our great city of Houston, whether it's social, technological, educational, or eventful. We're going to cover it, and we're going to have a good time doing it. To start off, we're going to have something for the nerd in all of us. We recently went to Comicpalooza and had an absolute blast. Comicpalooza is a huge annual event in Houston. It has comic books, science fiction, anime, gaming, horror, pop culture, and a whole lot more. Comicpalooza was organized by John Simons and Starling Events. It's the fourth largest Houston-based event behind the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, Houston Pride, and the Astroworld Festival. Comicpalooza started in 2008 in the lobby of the Alamo Drafthouse Cinema. In 2009, it expanded to a two-day event at the West Oaks Mall. By 2010, Comicpalooza expanded to a three-day event at the George R. Brown Convention Center. This year was just as big, with sci-fi icon William Shatner, better known as Captain Kirk from the Starship Enterprise. DC Comics' Green Arrow and WB star Stephen Amell, Poison Ivy was there, the White Queen showed up, and Earl from Starfleet. Earl, so you're a Trekkie, obviously, correct?
Correct.
Okay. You do realize you're wearing the red shirt, right?
Yes, but it's the engineering shirt.
Is it though?
Yes.
Okay, all right. I was about to say, because normally when you wear the red shirt in Star Trek, you gonna die.
Yeah, this is true.
Okay. Yes. All right. I was just making sure. So this is the engineering. Show everybody. All right. Engineering. Engineering. Comicpalooza has significantly grown over the years. Bigger stars come through. A lot of great vendors come through as well. Oh yeah, and a couple of people actually dressed up. If you walk around, you never know who you might run into. The guy from Halo, a Power Ranger, the Ghostbusters, and Captain Jack Sparrow. Then, of course, some of the Teen Titans came through, along with the Stormtrooper. And so did Linda and Bob from Bob's Burgers, the Armorer from the Mandalorian series, the Women of Frozen. When's the last time you let it go?
Oh, this morning.
She does it all the time.
Okay, there it is. Spider-Man and the Dr. Octopuses, or Octopi. Akasha and Harley Quinn. Kabuki.
I chose it because I love the effect. Kabuki is an assassin, so I love that part too. It's all black, little, artistic expression, so I love it. And I'm probably the only one here.
You are. Trust me. We've been here all 3 days. You are. Thank you. Gambit from the X-Men. Some more Stormtroopers. I got one question, real quick. Do they treat the black Stormtroopers different than the white Stormtroopers? That's all I want to know. Real quick. I won't tell anybody. It is the dark side. I'm just curious. And their supervisor, Lord Vader. I have a concern. I saw some black Stormtroopers. They said they felt they were treated a little differently by the Empire than the white Stormtroopers. What do you have to say about that?
Anakin Skywalker is gone. I am what remains.
Who's in human resources with the Empire?
Human resources mean nothing to me. Only Obi-Wan.
Okay, well, I'm gonna let you find him. From that last battle, you don't look too hot, but that's okay. I'm pulling for you. Black Panther showed up, along with Mr. Fantastic, the Blues Brothers, Jake and Elwood. Ursula from The Little Mermaid came through. And who can forget the King and Queen?
Well, we're fortunate enough. I happen to be the king of the Texas Renaissance Festival, and this is my 25th year, and it's our joy and pleasure to represent the Texas Renaissance Festival, and I couldn't be joined by a better partner than my beautiful queen.
Greetings and well met, my dear. I am the queen of the festival, and I have been ruling the festival with my husband for 23 years, 24 seasons. It has been quite a day.
Let them eat cake.
Yes. Let them eat cake. Yes.
Or turkey legs.
Or
Yeah.
eggs, or empanadas.
These guys had the whole place smelling like movie theater popcorn. And even someone from Houston Community College showed up.
We are teaching people what we do for a living, what you can do for a living while making video games, 3D art, programming, animation, and so forth.
You guys have a program at the school?
Yeah, it's called Digital Gaming and Simulation. We currently teach at West Loop campus, right next to, like 5 minutes from the Galleria. We cover things like Unity, Unreal, Autodesk Maya, ZBrush, and Photoshop.
So basically what you're doing is you're saving the planet by giving nerds jobs. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. We're at West Loop campus. You can always apply by becoming a student at pretty much almost any HTC campus and then becoming a part of our program. You want to drop on by and see what we have to offer. We have veterans in the industry. One of them right now is presenting stuff that he's done for EA, stuff that he's done on Star Wars movies and games. So it's something we like to work on as well.
Who knew? Mystique had a great costume. Boba Fett was nice. Mandalorian was good. I thought they had some of the best costumes there. Atlanteans from Black Panther 2. They even got a chance to meet Namor. How cool was that? The comic part of Comicpalooza was also well represented. So were the artists. And a multitude of other various vendors with swords, jewelry, miniatures. Jabba even had a hut. Costumes, action figures, big and small. Oh yeah, and they had some specialty cars too. Next, we're going to show you some amazing vendors that were here at Comicpalooza. Comicpalooza not only brought out fans, it also brought out vendors that specialize in everything from comic books to the bazaar. Now, you're an artist and you have done a lot of interesting artwork. I love a lot of this stuff. Now, do you have originals or do you just do whatever you like?
So I got, as far as originals, I got my own original concepts and characters, yes. But as far as original pieces, I do all digital, so I don't have like a pen and paper version. Okay. And I do what I like, but I also do what pays the bills too.
It's always good to flip the light switch on and have the lights actually come on. How long you been doing art?
I've been, as a career, about 15 years. Before that, I had a series of, fast food, retail, factory, military, every type of job you could think of, I had it. And I finally got sick of that and decided to start my own thing with a hobby I decided to financialize.
Tell me where people can find your stuff.
At terryhuddlestonart.com. Chris,
let me know, what is it exactly that you guys are doing here at Comicpalooza?
Right now, we're White Cup Entertainment. We do shirts and artwork primarily, where we mix like nerd culture, comic books,
anime, that kind of stuff with Texas culture, essentially. So we do mashups like that and present them on T-shirts for people. So if you want to see like Miles Morales throw up the H or with the screw tape, we have those. We have He-Man in front of a Castle Drank skull holding up a lean. We also have like Slab Wars, which is like our Star Wars parody of shirts and stuff. So like I said, it's just primarily blending Texas culture with pop culture.
Okay, now show me one of them.
Okay, so right now, this is our newest one that we debuted Friday, which is Meg the Stallion, the Savage H-Town hottie right here. So she, as people know, that she was on the She-Hulk show. So we just kind of did a mashup of her turning into one of the Hulks, wearing the outfit that she wore on the show, in front of the Astrodome in a pink slab.
And that's so cool she's in front of the Astrodome.
Yeah, for sure.
Now tell me real quick, where can we find you guys on your social media stuff?
So social media, if you just if you go to our website, it's just whitecupent.com. All of our social media will be on there, our Instagram, our Facebook, YouTube channel, and everything like that. And we also do have a physical store location here in Houston, located on 7203 Navigation Boulevard in 2nd Ward.
Now, your company is called Snapped Dragons. Tell me about your company.
We are little dragons who have kind of, snapped. It started off with my 3 sisters, and they make beautiful jewelry. I burn designs into boxes. So we started out, they were like, well, let's carry something else. We like these, we like this, we like that. And suddenly we're selling all kinds of good things. We all like the dragons, so we decided Snapdragons for the name and went from there. We've been doing Comic Palooza since Comic Palooza 3. So, any other questions?
What happens when a dragon actually snaps?
You don't want to know.
Tell me the name of your business and a little bit about what you do.
Sure, I just go by art prints. I sell metal posters mostly, I also do paper, and I represent other artists. Okay, the industry took a big leap a few years back, and then COVID kind of killed it off for a little bit. Year after COVID, huge. Now it's starting to level off again as far as sales-wise. It's just kind of hit and miss here and there depending on the country, where we're at, that kind of thing. The prints, they're 11 by 17s on aluminum. I do special orders for bigger. I also sell everything on paper. Many images. I have over 600 different images, and I just go by art prints. I mentioned that. I just go by art prints at the show. It's easy to find me. I have a website, www.comicconprints.com, and just trying to keep growing, getting new art every month.
Then finally, what's the difference between the paper art as well as the art that's on the aluminum?
Well, the aluminum is sturdy. It's on a piece of metal. It's shinier in the correct light. It doesn't look great on camera or video. You can't really tell the difference. Whereas paper is more, it's on paper. It's more flimsy. It'll decay over time. Lasts quite a while, but over time it will decay. Whereas the metals, the aluminum, they never decay. They won't rust, and they look great forever.
I've been knowing this man at least 30 years. Back when I was at KTSU doing Kids Jam, this guy was a rap artist. This is like 1988. He's had a rap career for over 30 years. He tours overseas and easily one of the most phenomenal rappers. If I got a top 15, he's in it. And that's including everybody, Big Daddy Kane and everybody else. His name is K Reno, and he has started a comic book with one of his partners. K Reno, a comic book, really?
Man, I wish I could take the credit for it, but my brother right here, the book is made off of a song that we did about 10 years ago, and he produced the beat. And it's a song about somebody stealing my, you've been knowing me 30 plus, so you know how I am with my black books. So the song is about somebody stealing my black book, so I gotta travel all through space to catch this dude and get my book back, right? So he hit me like, man, what you think about doing a comic book about the song? And I was like, I don't know how you gonna put it together. He mashed the gas, got with an animator, put everything together, and here we are sitting at the Comic Palooza, you're doing our thing, man.
That sounds good. Now, I gotta ask you, what made you, being a producer, what made you think about putting his stuff in a comic book? Because the thing I love about him is he's a great storyteller. He always has been and he always will be. He's one of the greatest storytellers I've ever heard, and I've heard everybody. What made you decide to put him in comic book form?
Well, after I sent him the beat and he sent it back to me with the song on it, a 7-minute song, as soon as I heard it, I'm like, this is a comic book. Actually, the first thing I said was this is a cartoon, but couldn't, that cost a lot to do. But I knew that we would be able to do a comic book and it would be achievable. So I was trying to do one in 2013 when the song came out. Well, it was hard to get freelancers and find freelancers to do that. Well, technology advances 10 years later, it's a little easier to do that. So I got with my guy, Olabode Ajiboye from Lagos, Nigeria, and we put it together, and this is what you have.
That's great. Now, real quick, I want to get a shot of this. Tell me where we can find it.
So you can find this at www.martialartsproductions, that's arts with a Z, productions with a Z, .space.
Now, Ruth, tell me how long you've been doing these quilts.
Probably about 10 years now.
Now, what made you start doing these individual quilts?
My grandbaby.
What was he into that made you want to do this?
Well, the first one that I saw was tied, and I don't like the tied ones. And they had a version where the dad is holding the child, and I wanted to do it for my grandchild. We are just really kind of getting started. We just branched out into actually selling them. So, and they're different. We're very proud of our work. It's really good work, and I think we do a really fantastic job.
You have a website?
Yes, we do. Handmadebyruth.com.
Now, how long have you been doing this type of artwork?
I've been doing this for 3 years now, doing 3D printing. So what this is what it looks like when it's pulling up out of the vat. So this is where the metal plate sits, and it cures all the resin coming up through that plastic that it rips off of. So all these supports connect the models, and then it comes up like this, you pull it off the plate, and then you take all the models off the sprues.
And where can somebody reach you if they want any of your stuff?
At Archer Print and Paint on all the things, or archerprintandpaint.com.
Okay, Mustafa, how long have you been doing this?
Professionally, I've been doing this for 25 years, since 1998, yeah.
So were you the nerdy kid in school that always drew on his notebook?
I would draw on everything. I still draw on everything. If I have a free chance, I'll draw on a napkin, I'll draw whatever, yeah. And what's funny is nerds were looked upon, not in the greatest light back then, but now we kind of took over. Now, like, everything is Marvel and DC. People know who Stan Lee is. People know who all these creators are.
Now, you do artwork. Now, you also do original prints, and you do paper prints, and then you also do metal. Explain the aluminum prints that you have.
Oh yeah. Let's see. So something like this. It's more of a premium item. It's for people who are really a fan of the material or a fan of the art. Fan of me. If they want something a little nicer, and they've been really popular, so I keep making them. It's kind of like if you want something a little nicer than just regular, paper print on your wall.
Great. Now let everybody know where they can find you if they want to see some of your prints or get some original stuff done.
Sure thing. The best way is Instagram. If you go, my handle is Mustafa Ink, MOSTAFAINK. And that's got a link to my website. Same thing. It's just mustafaink.net.
A Tale of Renown is my launched graphic novel, and it essentially is a mix of the Greek Titan stories with Jewish mythology. So if you're familiar with Tales of the Nephilim, where the angels had children with humans, I've mixed those two stories where those giants that he created are the Greek Titans. So it's an adaptation that reimagines what life would have been like before Noah's Ark if these Titans are the reason the Earth got so bad. If you go to my website, Smashed Studios, that's SMASHED Studios.com, it has all the different links. Or you can go to Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble, Walmart.com, anywhere you can find books or audiobooks. Not audiobooks, Kindle.
Ash, how long have you been doing art? Your art looks a little different. It looks like a portrait, basically. I mean, it looks great. What started you doing this?
I've been doing the Comic-Con scene for around 15 years. I usually kind of stem to doing realistic art and realism. I had a lot of motivation from Alex Ross back in the 90s, and a couple of modern artists like Delgado and Marko Djordjevic. He was a big one. He does a lot of digital work, but he does a lot of, his technique is more or less, he paints it digital, but he does the same technique as painting it in real life, if that makes sense. And so I took, I was about to fall into that venture of doing everything digital, but then I fell back on my traditional ways. And then, so I normally come to Comic-Cons and I'll do a portrait and then, of course, make the print and meet a lot of people and see what most of the interests are and go from there. My easy contact is on my Instagram at Fine Art by Ash. Again, that Fine Art by Ash, and I'm pretty easy to make, easy to get in contact with. Currently, I'm doing a lot of cards for Upper Deck as a freelance, and I'm on their Marvel line, so I'm doing a lot of Marvel stuff for their sets and stuff. And just go ahead and check me out over there, and if you're interested in anything, just hit me up.
And he's really good because he did this. This is our press passes and our media credentials, and that's what he did. Coming up, we'll show you some of the fans that dressed for the occasion.
What would you give for a child you loved to make their wish come true? To help them fight a critical illness? Just imagine what you'd do. Every single one of us can make the stars align, because when we come together, hope and joy will shine.
I'm Garth Brooks.
And I'm Trisha Yearwood.
A safe, decent, affordable place to call home is a canvas full of
hope and joy, opportunity.
Visit Habitat.org to help more families make masterpieces of their very own.
Poison Help is a free 24/7 hotline that answers all of your poison questions in over 100 languages.
Hello? Poison Help?
Hello? When poison happens, we're here for you. Just call Poison Help, 1-800-222-1222.
St. Jude is your security blanket. The support is always there. And the staff becomes family.
Coming here and receiving treatment that was life-saving for our child, of no cost to us, was a huge weight lifted. That was God placing people in the right place at the right time to make sure Ashton is okay to be here and live the rest of her life.
Now, what kind of show would this be if we did not show you the most fun part of Comicpalooza, the fans who dressed up for the occasion? Before we go, I want to thank all of the wonderful people at Comic Palooza, all of the workers at the George R. Brown Convention Center, and the good people at Houston First. And last but not least, thank you to all of the great people who dressed up and the vendors for being so gracious and accommodating. And also thank you. We know you have other alternatives in your viewing pleasure. We are truly honored that you chose us here at 30 Minutes. For all the great folks to help us put this show together, I'm Parrish Murphy. We will see you next time.